Yo, what's going on guys? My name is Biaheza. Hope y'all are having a wonderful day. In this video, we'll be going over how a dropshipping company that I started at 17 years old went from zero to $25,000 a month in profit, not sales, not revenue, in profit. Its first month of being live. I'm gonna be going over the different strategies, the different obstacles that I faced, and just that whole first month of it being around. Hope you guys find some value in this video, and let's just jump straight into it. So based on the title of this video, I know what y'all are thinking. Who's this little F-boy trying to tell him that he made 25K his first month dropshipping? Oh, that happened, bro. And that's fair, but I gotta preface this story with a little background on myself. This wasn't something that I just watched a couple of YouTube videos on. It made a store in a week and it blew up. It requires us to go back 4 years to when I was around 13, 14 years old in 8th grade. And at that time, I started seeing theme pages pop up on Instagram. And I quickly realized that people were making money off these theme pages. You know, you have a lot of followers, you can make some money off of it. And once I realized that, you know, my 8th grade entrepreneurial spirit itself was like, yo, I gotta get a piece of that pie. I gotta get into the Instagram game. And so I started out by making theme pages. Now, if you don't know what a theme page is, it's basically a profile that you start on Instagram in a specific niche. Say it's cars, fitness, you know, outdoor photography, and you take other people's content, you post it on there, you give them credit, and they're happy because you're giving them free publicity. You're happy because you have a profile that's growing. And once you get to a certain point with those pages, people are gonna contact you and ask for shout outs. They'll pay you to promote their company, all that good stuff. And that's what I was hoping to do with all those theme pages I started back in the day. But I was not very successful at it. I spent 3 years trying to make some money with these theme pages, trying to start it up, trying to grow them, and I wasn't successful at it. It took me 3 years until I made my first $15. It was a page that got like 14,000 followers, and someone finally hit me up and was like, yo, here's $15, post a shout out. And I was all hyped on that, but it took me 3 years before I ever made that. So by no means is what I'm about to tell you a get rich quick scheme. And so as I began making money with these theme pages, I naturally found out about dropshipping. You know, you're on YouTube watching Instagram growth videos, you're probably gonna run across a couple of dropshipping videos. I was immediately interested in it, and I started my first dropshipping store. And this was a decent dropshipping store. You know, I actually made some money off of it. I spent about $500 in advertisements, and I got around the same money back in the first couple of weeks. But to me, I was working a retail job at a department store. $500 was a lot of money. I couldn't just be gambling that money, you know, not knowing if I'll get it back from sales. So I was kind of turned off from the whole dropshipping business model and went back to my theme pages and trying to grow those. And eventually, I got pretty good at those theme pages, pretty good at different niches. And I started making a solid $2,000 a month just from people paying me to post their shout outs on my pages. And at that point, I kind of realized the dots connected in my head. Like, the problem with my first time trying dropshipping was that I was spending a lot of money on advertising and I couldn't actually profit. And now I had my own pages. So what if instead of people paying me to promote their product, I just promoted my own AliExpress products and dropshipped them? So that's exactly what I did. That store, I built up a store and I had free marketing for my Instagram network. You know, I put a couple of products on there and made some good ads. And that first month, I started seeing some sales. And that first month, I actually did like $32,000 in sales. And when you normally do that with dropshipping, you're not making $32,000. You're making a lot less than that. You're probably gonna spend half of that on marketing. You're gonna spend half of that, of the piece that's left over, on actually shipping the products. You're gonna pay taxes, and you're left with a very small amount of money. But me not having to spend a dime on marketing, I was able to keep a large amount of that money. And that's the major key with why I was actually able to make $25,000 that first month. And when I say 0 to 25, I really mean it, because I did not spend a dime on advertising that whole first month. Now I'm just kind of skimming over these things, but there's a lot more that went into it. And that first month, it was a really hard month, because keep in mind, I was 17 years old. So not only was I a full-time student at the time in college, there was actually a lot of problems that came up with me being only 17 and running this business. First of all, you're not even allowed to be on Shopify unless you're over 18. Second of all, I live in California. I can't just go out and get a business license because I'm not 18. So I ran into a lot of problems with that. I had to do a lot of back and forth with Shopify. I had to get all the paperwork for the business that was now doing over $30,000 in sales a month. It's pretty serious, you know, and they're gonna want some paperwork. So I had to do all of that. At one point, the store was shut down because of not having the right paperwork. It was a mess, but thank God everything worked out fine. And we are where we are right now. And now I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the computer, show you guys the stats from the Shopify page, the analytics of that first month, and, you know, show you guys some proof and explain some of these numbers. Okay, so jumping into the Shopify Analytics for September 1st to September 30th, which is that first month I was talking about when we first launched our store, you can see at September 1st, on that day, we made $0. Coming to September 30th, the end of the month, we were doing $3,800 a day. And you can see the total sales, $33,000. And like I've previously stated, this isn't money that I'm making $33,000. If someone shows you their total sales and says that's how much they're making, they're lying. Part of that money, for most people, usually goes to marketing, a lot of it. And then you also have to ship out the products and all of that. For me, I didn't have that marketing part, but I still had to obviously ship out the products. And I spent about $7,000 or $8,000 shipping out those products. But the thing is, it wasn't like I put down $8,000. This money, as money was coming into me, customers paid me money. I put a fraction of that money into shipping the products out to them. So here you can see the sales for that very first month. And if you scroll all the way to the bottom of this page, you can see sales by social source and where most of the traffic source came from. And if you look everywhere, you can see that all of the traffic came from Instagram. So sales by social source, Instagram 30,000. Sales by traffic stores, social, you can see everything here says the sales came from Instagram. And this just proves that I didn't have to spend thousands of dollars on Facebook advertising. I didn't have to spend any money on advertising, and I was able to pull these numbers. So fast forward a couple of months, I'm still running this company. It's a little bigger, it's a corporation, and I am spending money on advertising and marketing now just because I can and have it from those first initial months of running it on my theme pages. And so what I hope you got out of this video, out of videos I make in the future, out of this channel as a whole, is that you can start a business from zero, from scratch, and build it up to a real company, a real business doing solid numbers. You don't just have to go the conventional route of throwing money at influencers on Facebook ads and hoping you get a return. You don't have to go through that kind of gambling process. And I'm not saying that doesn't work, that definitely does work, but I want to introduce a new strategy that I personally use to build up this business. In future videos, I'm really going to focus on how you can actually use Instagram and free traffic, absolutely free traffic, to build up your Shopify store, and different strategies, different techniques that I personally use to build up my theme pages, how you can do the same, how you can even make money off those theme pages without ever touching Shopify. And for those of you waiting for me to reveal the company name, the products that I dropship using that specific store, I'm not going to be doing that in this video just because that allows for people to go on the website, steal advertisements, you know, take a piece of my market share, which I don't want. But in the future, probably the next video after I make this one, I'm going to do a video on 5 winning dropshipping products that you can actually take and sell for yourself. If that's something you're interested in, then make sure you smash the subscribe button, smash that like button. If you didn't like the video, smash that dislike button, leave a comment, all that good stuff. Thank you guys for watching. Really hope you got something out of this video, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.